Hi, this is Lisa Chipatine back again with my cat Bonnie, and we're here to talk about, in this video, travel tips in terms of things that you're going to pack to either keep in the room or for your day-to-day when you're out on tours or on the road or such, things that are helpful. I carry my money for safety reasons and copies of my passport and such in this money belt. And this does not, ladies, go on the outside. This goes underneath your clothing, okay? And it's not that big a deal. It's pretty light, and it's kind of got a soft edge. But this is something for safety reasons. You don't want to ever carry something within the backpack that you may carry or your bag. It's much easier for people to pickpockets and such. You know, from a safety perspective, you want to keep something in the front of you, because very rarely would anybody ever come at you from the front. And I'll tell you that as a New Yorker for 30 years. So these you can get at like a Rand McNally. This one's called Eagle Creek. I've had this for years. They're really terrific. So that's how I carry my money. My passport has gone in here as well. You've got enough to put in there for that, and credit cards and such if you're comfortable with putting them there. I also have another solution for credit cards with the travel vest, which I'll show you in just a second. I also travel in my day-to-day out on the road, depending on what the weather's going to be. I like to travel with two different hats, okay? I have just a basic cap that I can wear, something just to shield the sun, but also depending on the time of year and where you're going, having something that has the neck protection can also be important. If you're climbing around up through ruins, you know, and such, or just being out, you certainly don't want to get sunburned, and the neck thing can be very important. I prefer to try and get one that's vinyl. This one happens to be cotton, but one that has vinyl on it is also better, again, from a rain perspective. The other thing that I bought that's come in handy is if you know it's going to rain that day, instead of having to take your raincoat overseas, which is a real pain in the neck, I have this rain poncho, and it also has a clip on it, so it can be clipped to something. It's called Storm Tech. Now, this wasn't a cheap rain poncho, but it's a good rain poncho, and it compresses and it goes into this bag, and it's real easy to carry, so that, you know, if you need rain cover real quick, that's it. That being said, I always do carry an umbrella with me, and if I need to, I can basically throw that in a backpack. The things that would go into a backpack or any type of bag that you would carry during the day, they should be things that you're willing to lose. So again, anything having to do with money or credit cards and such should be in a more secure place, either in your money belt or within your travel vest itself. The travel vest, and again, this isn't about being a fashion plate, ladies. This is about being efficient. So this may not be the most beautiful thing in the world. I actually got a bigger one so that I would be comfortable. It doesn't have to be fitting. This one is an extra large. It was actually a man's, not a woman's, that I believe I bought on Magellan. And let me see if I can get in here so that you can see a little bit of this. But it's terrific. It's got pockets on the outside. So it's got a pocket on the outside. The thing I really love about this vest is that it's got this zip pocket right here in front. And I will tell you that I take, let me come over here and get from here, you know, a lot of times you'll get these containers, or they look like mini wallets. I put my credit card in here. I put a MasterCard, or excuse me, a Visa and an American Express card in here. And I put a very small amount of cash in here, and I keep that right up front here. That way I don't have to be going into my money belt all the time to get any money. That's kind of the backup. but I have readily available cash and credit cards that are right here, right up front, close and personal. The other nice thing is that these are very lightweight, these vests, is that it also has an interior pocket that you can put something in. That's what I was talking about with putting the fan in. So if it's hot out, you can just slide that in. And it's got an interior, on the left side, an interior zipper pocket, which is also terrific. Again, if you're more comfortable carrying your passport or versus leaving it in a hotel safe or such, I actually leave it in the hotel safe and carry the copies with me in here as well. Now, you have to think about when you're overseas, the fact that it's not the United States. Now, there may be things that you like here at home. Like, for example, I drink sweet and low with my coffee. So I always carry enough sweet and low with me because they don't have it overseas. The pink stuff, not there, doesn't happen. Now, the other thing that's really great, this has been a real big winner for me, is these little travel banana boat, let me bring that in so you can see it, the sunscreens. And I buy these in bulk, and it's 30 protection. But the great part about this is that you don't want to have to carry a big thing of sunscreen around with you all day long. And these little puppies, they can pop right in your front pocket of your travel vest. And again, this vest, I think I paid about $70 for this vest at Magellan's. I own, well, there's the clock again. I own 3 of them actually, which was a little bit of an overkill. I actually just went on a 2.5-week trip, and I used this vest the entire time, just one vest. Probably you might want to get two if you're going to be going for a really extended period of time, but you can get away with owning one. Again, I had mentioned this in the other video about having some sort of a quick drying washcloth of some nature, which is extremely helpful, along with your little Evian sprays if you get hot to carry around with you. The other thing that also, depending on where you're going in the world, different places have different religious protocols. So your travel pashmina that I showed in your onboard video, it can work, as well as if you carry some sort of inexpensive, maybe little shawl or something that you could put over your head. Some places you have to go in with your head covered and your arms covered. There are certain protocols depending on where you're going in the world in terms of different religious establishments. So you should definitely check that out before you go on a trip. One of the other things that I like to do with my shoes is that, you know those beds in a bag that you can buy with pillowcases and duvet covers and such? Well, I always keep the plastic stuff, that all that stuff comes in, and I put my shoes in there, so my shoes go in as well. The other thing that I carry with me is a plastic bag for laundry. Your own plastic bag for laundry, because you may not have time during stops or such, and you're carrying along, and you want to separate it from your other good clothes that don't need washing right now. So I carry a plastic bag, and carrying extra plastic bags in general can be helpful in case you need to wrap something up, or make sure that something doesn't spill if you've got a liquid that's involved. Okay, so we've talked about that. The backpack thing, you don't have to go get an expensive backpack. I've just found that the backpack scenario has been very helpful. You can literally get one of these things at a dollar store, and with 2 drawstrings, and I mean, it's not that difficult. It doesn't have to be fancy schmancy. Excuse me. So, and that, again, that's very helpful to carry stuff around. And then between having your travel vest and the things that you have in your vest, your hands are pretty free. I keep my camera in my travel vest, right here, like I said, my money, I've got my money belt on. And then any other things that I want to carry, I can carry, well, even a water bottle within this. Now this is a little bit of security overkill, but I will tell you that after Helena broke her ankle in China, I always carry one of these. I carry tape, you know, in case you step off a curb and sprain your ankle. You know, if you need a little extra support, what's the big deal? So I carry a thing, an ankle wrap, just in case. In my day-to-day, I have this little package. I don't know if you can see that or not. And in this little package, Charmin makes, and I buy them in bulk off of Amazon or eBay, depending on who's cheaper. It's called Charmin To Go. Toilet paper is your friend, ladies. Do not always assume that where you go in the world that they're going to have toilet paper. So, or you'll walk into a place and it'll be gone, it'll be out. And that includes the airplane, by the way. So these are really terrific. They're lightweight. Buy these in bulk. Helena and I had a scenario once where we went to, I think it was Morocco, and we took basically like a dozen of these between the two of us and ended up using them all, which was a surprise. Sometimes you'll use them, sometimes you won't. But you can have a little, little plastic container with one that's in there, and having Purell or some Purell derivative is important, so that you're set with that. And again, back to the how to carry your diarrhea medicine with you at all times. So I carry the Imodium, I carry the Charmin and the Purell in here, so that if I need to go to the ladies' room real quick, I can just pull this out and I'm ready to rock. One of the other things that I carry in my bag, I have, and I'll show you this because this has worked out really well too. I have a see-through cosmetics or travel case. I like the fact that it's see-through. This thing was expensive. It was about $25. But I like it because I can see where everything is in it. The other thing that you should always carry when you go is bug spray. You never know. Even in your hotel room, you might actually need this. Now, I don't like the wet stuff. Off makes this terrific thing called Family Care Smooth and Dry, and it's great. I got to tell you, you don't feel it. It doesn't smell horrible, and it really does work. This has been a dream come true. I actually have to get more of this. I also carry Bengay, the vanishing scent Bengay, so that you don't offend everyone under the sun. But it's great if you've had a day out walking and you come back. Helena and I will tell you, you put this on your feet and prop your feet up, you're going to feel a lot better after that. I also carry, this is a cream that's made actually by the Irish. A girlfriend of mine who was Irish turned me on to this, and it pretty much takes care of just about anything. It's called Sudo Cream. S-U-D-O-C-R-E-M. And it is a zinc oxide based cream. It's really terrific if either you have something that you're chafed, or you've got sunburn, or you got burned for some reason in another way. It's thick, it's terrific. I also carry this because I have extremely sensitive skin to detergents, and depending on where I'm going, people might wash their linens or laundry in something that's pretty tough. So I've had situations where I've had bad reactions to that, and so I always carry the Pseudo Cream with me because it's a terrific, barrier cream. You don't have to carry it a whole big thing. You can get a little container and just as a backup and carry it in there. The other thing that's terrific in a day pack to carry are moist wipes. Especially being out and about, if you're climbing around ruins and stuff, great cleanup. I always carry a pack of matches, not on the airplane, ladies. Make sure that they're in your checked bags. The other thing, let's see what we've got here. I carry Benadryl. You get a bug bite, you get allergy medicines and such. I also have some Gold Bond, just as a backup, a little travel thing of Gold Bond powder. Now, I'll tell you my secret also for sunburn, because I am a redhead and have been severely burned, and I actually got a tip when I was in Israel and got badly burned, that if you take aspirin, like a bottle of aspirin, and you make it into a powder, and you take plain yogurt, get plain yogurt from a kitchen, and literally stir it up into a paste and spread it on your sunburn, let it dry, it's going to look like crystallized, and then you can wash it off in the shower or take a cold compress and press it out. I'm here to tell you, you can be better within 20 minutes, because the aspirin anesthetizes the skin. The yogurt, the bacteria in the yogurt kills the poisons from the sunburn, as well as moisturizes the skin, so you can stop peeling and stuff that way. That's a trip. My husband didn't believe it until it happened to him, and now he believes that. The other thing I always carry, because you never know when you're going to find that great bottle of wine where you are, is my own wine bottle opener. Yes, that goes with me everywhere. And, you know, typical medications and such, you should always carry backup medications and a backup supply. Heaven forbid, for whatever reason, you didn't get home on time, you got to make sure you got enough meds on you. So I also take a pack of matches. I think I had mentioned that before. Now, in terms of washing your clothes and such, you can buy, they're not cheap, they're expensive, but you can buy these individual things of Tide to do your clothing. Some of the travel magazines and catalogs and such have these things that you can throw into a sink. Honestly, I haven't had a good experience with that. But I always carry a stopper for the sink of some nature also in here. And in case I need to do some laundry, you can't assume that you're going to be able to do the sink's going to hold the water, but you know, these things at Tide work out really well. The thing that I also used recently was also that Dove body wash. That worked out great for doing some stuff real quick. Now, you can literally, and I decided to really test this trip, and it does work. There's a company called Ex Officio, which is EX-OFFICIO, I believe. And they make these microfiber underwear, bras, which now I use their bras on a day-to-day basis because they're just terrific. They're lightweight, just fabulous. And socks. And I took 2 pairs each, underwear, bra, and socks. And you can literally wash these out every night, put them in a towel, roll the towel up, stomp on them, to stomp out the water, hang them up, and by morning they'll be dry, which is terrific, so that you don't, especially if you're going on a 2-week, 3-week trip of some nature, you're not having to carry 30 pairs of underwear with you. So that's those officios, that's a lifesaver. The other backup that I carry, you should always carry extra luggage tags with you, 1 or 2, in case you go on a shopping spree and need to get an extra bag while you're going for those terrific treasures. You'll be able to put your luggage tags in there. And I carry extra of my business cards with me, so that if I need to slide one into a luggage tag or whatever, I've got that pretty readily handy. And you never know who you're going to meet on a trip, so you should always carry a couple of your business cards, even though you don't want to be doing business, you're on vacation. So in terms of medications and such, again, you should always go with either backup prescriptions or such. I have again, from the recycle thing, I got, I carry aspirin in case of the sunburn. The other thing that I go to my doctor and I get a prescription for Cipro or Cipromax, because that, if you get sick to your stomach or something like that, that can be a lifesaver. Normally overseas you can walk in, and it's not like the States, you can, without a prescription you can get some of this stuff, but it's always better to go to your doctor, of course, and get anything that you might need or understand, if that's something that with your other medications that you can take. So I get some of that. I also, if your doctor's willing to give it to you, getting a Z-pack of Zithromax is always terrific, because if you're sick overseas, you don't want to have a vacation ruined because you get the flu. So I like to have it as a backup. Again, you need to consult your medical professional depending on what your health is. Always carry aspirin. Let's see here if there's anything else I need to tell you about. No, that's pretty much it. But I carry it in a little case so that it's also readily available to me. And this was a new tip that actually worked out recently, and that is taking an old card of some sort, a plastic card, and wrapping strips of duct tape around it, just as a backup, pitching that in the bag. Something breaks, handle breaks, bag flies open, zipper breaks. I will tell you that this is terrific, and I didn't use it on this trip, but I did use it on a previous trip, and it was a lifesaver. Don't do one real long thing and wrap it around. Do it in 2-foot strips so that it's easy to handle, and it just wraps along there, and that's a good backup. And I always carry, I think the thing is telling me it's time to be quiet soon, but no matter where I go or what time of year it is, anywhere in the world, I always take a hat. You never, ever, ever know when you're going to need this hat. Helena and I were in India in January, thought it was going to be incredibly hot. I had her in my hat and a fleece and my travel pashmina. So, you know what? Doesn't weigh much. Little tiny hat can be a lifesaver. Also, having some type of band to put around your luggage to hold your luggage in. I'm real big on this too. So, sometimes the different tour companies can give those to you as well, and I just happen to have one from years ago. But if you've got one, that's great. And let's see here if I have anything else. I like to travel with an extra bag, just in case I need one, or my bag ends up overweight of some nature. At the dollar store, a lot of times, this is a small one that I recently bought to put some stuff in that I wanted to carry on the airplane. But I have a bigger one that I fold up and put inside of my luggage to carry in case I need to separate luggage for weight reasons, or if I buy things on a trip or such. And these, vinyl ones, like, again, you can get them at the dollar store, and I keep luggage tags on everything. And I think that is pretty much what I've got for packing and packing for day-to-day for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My name is Lisa Chipatine. The email's on the travelchicks.com. And have a great trip.